outside and I slept against the wall. Bedtime rituals included a moratorium on worrisome topics, lots of hugs, and the donning of what Mark calls my get-up, earplugs and an eye mask to decrease the possibility of being startled into an episode. I continued to benefit from witnessing my boyfriend's healthy parenting of Zach. From them, I learned the link between comfort, trust, and peaceful slumber. Going to bed became about rituals, about winding down, reading fluff, about praying and comforting the little girl in me, about calming the teenager in me, about celebrating the woman in me. I did sometimes have disturbed sleep, for example, if I'd seen a violent scene in a movie. One winter's day, I witnessed a parent's cruelty toward a boy on the street. I'd read that to intervene would only make it worse for the child. Cold winds had driven most everybody indoors, and it was icy underfoot. He was about 5 and had dropped his toy while crossing Broadway. She scurried with the slumped shoulders of exhaustion. When they reached the curb, he realized his loss and started crying. She grabbed him by the shoulders and let him have it. Shake, shake, shake. Then 1, 2, 3 wallops hard on his behind. He was a little thing. He slipped and fell to the sidewalk. The berating started as she dragged him to his feet by his arm. She was only spanking him a little too hard, but it was her God-given American right, right? Spare the rod and spoil the child? Standing nearby, frozen with fear and powerlessness, I felt every blow. I closed my eyes and prayed. Don't give up. That night, I screamed and sat bolt upright in bed, heart racing. Mark sat up too, almost simultaneously, and held me. It was as though he'd entered my sleep terror, lying there beside me, only to emerge when I had, his embrace at the ready. I came to quickly and worried. Had I awakened Zach in the next room? Mark checked him and reported back, no worries, he sleeps like the dead. But the common analogy walloped me like the mother had walloped the boy that bitter day. This is what I realized. When you're a little thing, and the person you look up to hits you or berates you, or if they do the same to someone you love, you grow to both fear death and to long for it. Mark held me tenderly as I recounted the scene on the sidewalk. I'm falling apart. I fretted between sobs. You're not falling apart. You're falling together. My head was to his chest and he hummed. He was shy to sing, but had this way of rumbling low. Hold on, I can't read with my tears. Of rumbling low that combined with the steady beat of his heart. It calmed me quickly. Then he massaged my feet with oil and placed them in woolen socks from Ireland. I heard that helps a person sleep. I like it that they're Irish, and we smiled. Mark hates reading aloud, but will comply if I beg. He read me my favorite poem of Margaret Atwood's, Variations on the Word Sleep. It describes perfectly a longing to enter sleep with your beloved as its smooth, dark wave slides over her head, and to protect her from her worst fear and from the grief at the center of her dream. I understood that Mark could not accompany me into sleep or protect me from my fears and grief. I knew he could not usher me safely from that watery underworld back into my worried body. With time, however, I'd grown certain that he would be there to greet me when each new day broke, and that together we would embrace the intimacy that for years I had fled.